If you can't control your peanut butter, you can't expect to control your life. No man ever threw away life while it was worth keeping. Where you stumble and fall, there you will find gold. Try not to become a man of success, but rather become a man of value. Focus on improving yourself, not proving yourself. I want to build to that mogul, legendary level. What I want is so simple I almost can't say it, elementary kindness.
I'm glad I see with my eyes, and not the pages I've read.
A smart person knows how to talk. A wise person knows when to be silent.
The truth is not always beautiful, nor beautiful words the truth.
The boy and his heart had become friends, and neither was capable now of betraying the other. Others have seen what is and asked why. I have seen what could be and asked why not.
Until you have suffered much in your heart, you cannot learn humility.
Success is not how high you have climbed, but how you make a positive difference to the world. Success is something you experience when you act accordingly. Success is not something you have, it's something you do.
Better the comfort of a lie than the absurdity of the truth.
Take a deep breath. It's just a bad day, not a bad life. Just keep moving forward and don't give a shit about what anybody thinks. Do what you have to do for you. It's more fun to think of the future than dwell on the past. There's a whole category of people who miss out by not allowing themselves to be weird enough.
Forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for late pizza.
By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. Being sensitive is a gift that fosters peace. Help create a kinder, gentler world by embracing it. Until justice rolls down like water and righteousness like a mighty stream. We are the Bibles the world is reading. We are the creeds the world is needing. We are the sermons the world is heeding. People have boldness to criticize but not to sensitize. Everyone leaves. Learn how to survive alone.
No crime is a means to an end. No crime can be rationalized.
Cut not the wings of your dreams, for they are the heartbeat and the freedom of your soul.
All paths are present, always, and we can but choose among them.
Nothing can disturb your peace of mind unless you allow it to.
We are all insects, groping towards something terrible or divine.
A stone is heavy and the sand is weighty, but a fool's wrath is heavier than them both.
Creativity is intelligence having fun.
Getting something and having the wits to use it. Those are two different things. But memory is like plaster. Peel it back, and you just might find a completely different picture. Myth is much more important and true than history. History is just journalism, and you know how reliable that is. Life is much more successfully looked at from a single window. Maybe it was wrong or maybe impossible, but I wanted the truth to be one thing, one solid thing. Only he who attempts the absurd is capable of achieving the impossible. Winners focus on winning, losers focus on winners.
Life doesn't require ideals. It requires standards of action.
This is a wonderful day. I have never seen this one before.
The way is to man, as rivers and lakes are to fish, the natural condition of life.
A wise man gets more use from his enemies than a fool from his friends.
Other people are only aspects of our own greater being. If you only shine light on your flaws, all your perfects will dim.
You must learn to let go. Release the stress. You were never in control anyway. When one has a grateful heart, life is so beautiful. What the mind can conceive and believe, and the heart desire, you can achieve. Truth strikes us from behind and in the dark, as well as from before and in broad daylight.
All things one has forgotten, scream for help in dreams.
We don't make mistakes, just happy little accidents. Man keeps looking for a truth that fits his reality. Given our reality, the truth doesn't fit.
Maybe some things aren't meant to be known. Maybe they're just meant to be accepted.
I've often mused over the idea that madness is actually a sane reaction to an insane world. Life is essentially an endless series of problems. The solution to one problem is merely the creation of another. No matter how your heart is grieving, if you keep on believing, the dreams that you wish will come true. But this wealth of information produced little or no insight. A creative life cannot be sustained by approval any more than it can be destroyed by criticism.
The desire to reach for the stars is ambitious. The desire to reach hearts is wise.
The bird of paradise alights only upon the hand that does not grasp.
To attain knowledge, add things every day. To attain wisdom, remove things every day.
Not how the world is, but that it is the mystery. Do not go where the path may lead.
Contentment is natural wealth. Luxury is artificial poverty.
At the end of the day, let there be no excuses, no explanations, no regrets.
It takes courage to grow up and become who you really are.
Gotta get out of the basement. I've got to see the world. I've got to make a difference.
To realize the truth, you have to cross the boundaries of all religions and prophets.
We have to know the truth about the past to discover our future. I never want to change so much that people can't recognize me. Being angry, resentful, or saddened by rejection can suck the sweetness out of acceptance. Take responsibility of your own happiness. Never put it in other people's hands. Some roses grow through concrete. Remember that.
I had to philosophize. Otherwise, I could not live in this world. Patience is the only way you can endure the gray periods.
The spirit of a man is constructed out of his choices. It is better to be respected than it is to be popular. Popularity ends on yearbook day. Respect lasts forever.
There is no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside you.
You owe no one explanation of what you do, especially those who ask not to help but to judge you. If this is long delayed, weapons are blunted and morale depressed.
Before you find your soulmate, you must first discover your soul.
The thermometer of success is merely the jealousy of the malcontents. The easy confidence with which I know another man's religion is folly teaches me to suspect that my own is also. Do your best and trust the process. If you try to change it, you will ruin it. Try to hold it, and you will lose it. Man is least himself when he talks in his own person. Give him a mask, and he will tell you the truth.
Have enough courage to start, and enough heart to finish. We never live. We are always in the expectation of living. Memory can make a thing seem to have been much more than it was.
As we go through life, we gradually discover who we are. The more we discover, the more we lose ourselves.
After your death, you will be what you were before your birth.
The opportunity to secure ourselves against defeat lies in our own hands. People don't like to think. If one thinks, one must reach conclusions. Conclusions are not always pleasant. Where your talents and the needs of the world cross, there lies your vocation. Nothing is as it seems, but something is everything it is made out to be. The life where nothing was ever unexpected or inconvenient or unusual, the life without color, pain, or past. Be the person that will take the first step towards personal success. You will be remembered for.
Never give up on what you really want to do. The person with big dreams is more powerful than the one with all the facts.
What one generation finds ridiculous, the next accepts, and the third shudders when it looks back on what the f***s did. You're not to be so blind with patriotism that you can't face reality. Wrong is wrong, no matter who does it or says it. Striving for success without hard work is like trying to harvest where you haven't planted. Life is just a short period of time in which you are alive. In order to succeed, your desire for success should be greater than your fear of failure. All our knowledge has its origin in our perceptions. Sometimes we don't get second chances, Owen. Sometimes things just end. It is one of the beautiful compensations of life. No man can sincerely try to help another without helping himself. It's never overreacting to ask for what you want and need.
Energy may be likened to the bending of a crossbow, decision to the releasing of a trigger. Thinking something does not make it true. Wanting something does not make it real.
Focus on your goals, not your fear. Focus like a laser beam on your goals. Those who make conversations impossible make escalation inevitable. Consistency is the true foundation of trust. Either keep your promises or do not make them. Our business in life is not to succeed, but to continue to fail in good spirit. It's a slow process, but quitting won't speed it up.
There is an intelligent way to eat a live frog. I just don't know what it is.
The man who has some respect for his person, keeps his carcass out of sight, hides himself as perfectly as he can.
If you have the guts to be yourself, other people will pay your price. Only one who devotes himself to a cause with his whole strength and soul can be a true master. For this reason, mastery demands all of a person.
Success is a little like wrestling a gorilla. You don't quit when you're tired. You quit when the gorilla is tired.
I would never die for my beliefs, because I might be wrong.
The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams.
If you don't take risks, you will always work for someone who does.
Truly, it is in the darkness that one finds a light. A truth is what it is, a lie, a thought-out deception more brutal than a truth could ever be. I had a dream about you last night. You were a giant slinky, and I watched you fall down the stairs. A gentleman is someone who does not what he wants to do, but what he should do. The master said, a true teacher is one who, keeping the past alive, is also able to understand the present. If your opponent is of choleric temper, seek to irritate him. Pretend to be weak, that he may grow arrogant. I need to stop fantasizing about running away to some other life and start figuring out the one I have.
Keep the fight in your veins, honey. Never let it fade. If I have a platform and a voice, I should use it for my people. Abundance is not the absence of scarcity. It is the presence of abundant mentality.
The quest for meaning is the key to mental health and human flourishing.
Whatever you believe with feeling becomes your reality.
Every passion borders on the chaotic, but the collector's passion borders on the chaos of memories. Like a running blaze on a plain, like a flash of lightning in the clouds, we live in the flicker. There is no sickness worse for me than words that to be kind must lie.
You must accept the truth from whatever source it comes. I do not believe in taking the right decision. I take a decision and make it right. Truth is what stands the test of experience.
Nobody's going to win all the time. On the highway of life, you can't always be in the fast lane. When you are living the best version of yourself, you inspire others to live the best versions of themselves.
The only way you can know where the line is if you cross it.
You are in charge of your own happiness. You don't need to wait for other people's permission to be happy. You were put on this earth to achieve your greatest self, to live out your purpose, and to do it courageously. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. The thunder comes before the flood. We all must bear the storm. I pray the good Creator's protection upon you all. The stupid neither forgive nor forget. The naive forgive and forget. The wise forgive, but do not forget.
The difficult problems in life always start off being simple. Great affairs always start off being small.
Every story I create creates me. I write to create myself.
I encounter one example after another of how relative truth is. To become a lifelong reader, one has to do a lot of varied and interesting reading. If we have no peace, it is because we have forgotten that we belong to each other. The only real battle in life is between hanging on and letting go.
My point is, life is about balance. The good and the bad, the highs and the lows, the pina and the colada. We must let go of the life we have planned, so as to accept the one that is waiting for us. If the world was made for us, then it belongs to us, and we can do what we damn well please with it. Brilliance is impossible without a touch of insanity. Commitment can open the invisible doors of success. Some people avoid thinking deeply in public only because they are afraid of coming across as suicidal.
He who wishes to fight must first count the cost.
If you don't learn to laugh at life, it'll surely kill you, that I know.
There's no greater show on earth than observing human nature.
Those who are without compassion cannot see what is seen with the eyes of compassion. Opportunity is missed by most people because it is dressed in overalls and looks like work. The truth is, everyone is going to hurt you. You just gotta find the one worth suffering for. Becoming well known is the most valuable element in the connection process. May your feet ever walk in the light of two suns, and may the moon shadow never fall on you.
When they say the sky's the limit to me, that's really true.
If you don't have any shadows, you're not in the light. If you're horrible to me, I'm going to write a song about it, and you won't like it. That's how I operate. Your own positive future begins in this moment. All you have is right now. Every goal is possible from here. No one owes you anything. You owe yourself everything. Time is what keeps things from happening all at once.
You can't always be right, but you can be wrong a lot less.
All cynics are disappointed idealists. The more stars in the eyes, the harder the fall.
If you are untrustworthy, people will not trust you.
Do not look for happiness outside yourself. The awakened seek happiness inside. And just when I thought things were starting to get better, everything had gone wrong again. The body is wiser than its inhabitants. The body is the soul. The body is God's messenger. Truth has a resonance to it that fills the cracks where falsehoods lie. There are souls in this world who have the gift of finding joy everywhere and leaving it behind them when they go.
And remember, no matter where you go, there you are.
This work was strictly voluntary, but any animal who absented himself from it would have his rations reduced by half. The single most powerful element of youth is that you don't have the life experiences to know what can't be done. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. The best way to prepare for life is to begin to live.
The gem cannot be polished without friction, nor man perfected without trials.
Never lose hope. Storms make people stronger and never last forever. Men will not accept truth at the hands of their enemies, and truth is seldom offered to them by their friends.
No one cares how much you know until they know how much you care.
The human person finds his perfection in seeking and loving what is true and good.
Time is precious, but truth is more precious than time. We need to be fit and ready for anything that might come our way.
As a well-spent day brings happy sleep, so life well used brings happy death. Do not let your grand ambitions stand in the way of small but meaningful accomplishments.
If tomorrow were never to come, it would not be worth living today.
The only impossible journey is the one you never begin. This isn't life in the fast lane, it's life in the oncoming traffic. When you are measuring life, you are not living it. Problems are not stop signs, they are guidelines. Good people see the good and bring out the best in other people. I am afraid, not of life or death or nothingness, but of wasting it as if I had never been.
People rarely succeed unless they have fun in what they are doing.
The world should have been in Technicolor, but seemed more like black and white. I cannot teach anybody anything. I can only make them think. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. In order to make a precise decision, keep a steady spiritual connection. The man of wisdom is never of two minds. The man of benevolence never worries. The man of courage is never afraid. The art of being wise is knowing what to overlook.
A dream is a wish your heart makes when you're fast asleep.
Every existing thing is born without reason, prolongs itself out of weakness, and dies by chance. Humans have come into being for the sake of each other, so either teach them or learn to bear them. Learn from your past, use the possibilities of the present moment, and let the future open the doors of opportunity.
I believe in looking reality straight in the eye and denying it.
As long as your ideas of what's possible are limited by what's actual, no other idea has a chance. He who knows does not speak. He who speaks does not know. Those at the top of the mountain didn't fall there. It was like the beginning of life and laughter. It was the real meaning of the sun. The trouble with fiction, said John Rivers, is that it makes too much sense. Reality never makes sense. My life will be the best illustration of all my work. It is possible to commit no mistakes and still lose. That is not weakness, that is life.
Do not look for healing at the feet of those who broke you. We must meet the challenge rather than wish it were not before us.
Most people gaze neither into the past nor the future. They explore neither truth nor lies. They gaze at the television. Life's like a movie. Write your own ending. Keep believing, keep pretending.
The road to success is dotted with many tempting parking spaces.
A real decision is measured by the fact that you've taken a new action. If there's no action, you haven't truly decided.
You get what you focus on, so focus on what you want. Whether we fall by ambition, blood, or lust, like diamonds, we are cut with our own dust.
I have been swimming inward and no longer drowning. I have been seeking the answers within myself.
The secret to creativity is knowing how to hide your sources. Life, unfortunately, doesn't seem to care what we want. There are not more than 5 primary colors, yet in combination they produce more hues than can ever be seen. It's not whether you get knocked down, it's whether you get up. Instinct is a makeshift, an admission of helplessness before the problem of reality.
First impressions are rarely worth preserving. Men typically fall short of our expectations. Many little people in little places doing little things can change the world. Don't let anyone know what you're doing until it's done. We are saved by faith alone, but the faith that saves is never alone.
We cannot do everything at once, but we can do something at once.
My mission in life is not merely to survive, to thrive. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Just choose to be happy and live your own life. Guard well your thoughts when alone and your words when accompanied. Being kind is the greatest thing that costs nothing, but it is everything to the person who receives. It doesn't matter how smart you are unless you stop and think. One of the greatest journeys in life is overcoming insecurity and learning to truly not give a shit.
The world is already full of critics. To stand out, be an encourager.
If everyone helps to hold up the sky, then one person does not become tired. Success seems to be largely a matter of hanging on after others have let go. In a very real sense, we have 2 minds, one that thinks and one that feels. If a man is to live, he must be all alive, body, soul, mind, heart, spirit.
Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity.
Waiting is painful, forgetting is painful, but not knowing which to do is the worst kind of suffering. You're already in the territory of the flowers. It's only a matter of time before you bloom.
Great things are done by a series of small things brought together.
And I remembered something else that makes us human. Faith, the only weapon in our arsenal to battle doubt. The world is a prison in which solitary confinement is preferable.
Weak people revenge, strong people forgive, intelligent people ignore. If I have seen further than others, it is by standing upon the shoulders of giants.
Failure is instructive. The person who really thinks learns quite as much from his failures as from his successes.
Everything has to be all right. Maybe not today, but eventually.
If we thought more for ourselves, we would have very many more bad books and very many more good ones. Ask not of things to shed their veils. Unveil yourselves, and things will be unveiled. You cannot change the direction of the wind, but you can adjust your sails to reach your destination. Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. What we like to think of ourselves and what we really are rarely have much in common. A nation should not be judged by how it treats its highest citizens, but its lowest ones. The 2 most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. The most important thing is this: to sacrifice what you are now for what you can become tomorrow. All the work you are doing in silence is opening doors. Trust your pace. We are born from a quiet sleep, and we die to a calm awakening. Some beautiful paths can't be discovered without getting lost.
A trusting heart will follow only those who truly follow the heart.
Anyone who doesn't take truth seriously in small matters cannot be trusted in large ones either.
What is essential in war is victory, not prolonged operations.
Life is like an elevator. On your way up, sometimes you have to stop and let some people off. Inspiration is sometimes as simple as a shared smile. Sometimes you need a little crisis to get your adrenaline flowing and help you realize your potential. When it's possible for you to dream, it's not impossible to achieve.
We all make choices, but in the end, our choices make us.
Whatever happens to your body, your soul will survive, untouched. It is your responsibility to find fault with me. It is mine to hear you out. But don't expect me to change. The logical man must either deny all miracles or none.
If you want to lead them, you must place yourself behind them.
Life is what happens to us while we are making other plans. For those who believe, no proof is necessary. For those who don't believe, no proof is possible.
We swallowed the chaos because we knew we didn't want to be ordinary.
It's partly true too, but it isn't all true. People always think something's all true. That's one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind. Our most significant opportunities will be found in times of greatest difficulty. The place where you made your stand never mattered, only that you were there and still on your feet.
Everyone who got to where they are had to begin where they were.
In those moments, it's hard to remember that an angry voice is an invisible thing, incapable of drawing blood. It is an ironic habit of human beings to run faster when they have lost their way. What others think about you is none of your business. You can always look up to others for inspiration, but never for comparison.
Small good decisions will lead you to the glorious path of success.